One reason fans of the Rocky Horror Picture Show like to go to screenings is for the interaction with each other and the screen. Well, this Sunday, they can interact with Brad himself. Actor Barry Bostwick is going to be at the Kodak Center to answer their questions. First, though, he answered some questions from Norma.
So excited to know you're going to be in Rochester for a screening of the Rocky Horror Picture Show. And, you know, I always ask people, you know, when they do these roles of which they're known for, decades later, does it ever get, I mean, do you ever think, well, I also did this, I also did that, but you're so known for that movie. Does that bother you, or does that irk you at all, or no?
No, I'm honored by it. Most actors don't have one thing or two things in their career that people point to them and go, "Oh, you were in that." You know, they'll just do a whole series of things. You know, and I've been fortunate that with Rocky Horror, 44 years later, you know, people just still come up to me and go, "Damn it, Janet, damn it, Janet," you know. And that I was able to say a few of these lines and be this character that people still make fun of. It was similar to when I created the part of Danny Zuko in Grease on Broadway in '71. You know, to be able to have people say, "Oh, you were the original Danny. Oh, you were Brad. Oh, you were the mayor in Spin City. You were George Washington in the miniseries." These highlights in your career are so fulfilling. You know, they don't mention the episodes of, you know, the hundreds of TV shows I've done over the years, or you know, or even the Hallmark movies, or the TV movies, or most of the miniseries that I did in the '80s. No, it's a touchstone for their lives. Not necessarily for mine, you know, because it meant something to them when they first saw the show, and everybody has an interesting story about. Let me tell you about when I first saw Rocky Horror.
Yeah.
You know, or the amount of couples that I have met over the years. Well, we met each other at a screening of Rocky Horror. We knew we both had the same sense of humor, and we've been married for 30 years.
Where were you in your acting career? Were you, like, brand new? Were you already established? I mean, where were you?
I was sort of just starting out. I'd already got a Tony nomination for Grease. I was sort of being known as, you know, one of the new kids on Broadway. I was, you know, I had a certain facility for musical comedy that I couldn't, you know, musicals on film don't happen that often.
Right.
Know? And so I jumped at the chance when this was brought to me and Susan as to play the young American couple. Because they basically just came to us and said, 20th Century Fox said, "Do you guys want to do this?" Because everybody else in the movie is from the original cast, pretty much in London, and so we were definitely the outsiders, and it worked great for the film because we were the outsiders. We didn't know anybody really. We had no history. A lot of the people had been doing it for 2 or 3 years on stage. And even Meatloaf had done it on stage out in California. And,
wow.
So we were foreigners in a foreign land.
More with Barry Bostwick at 8:30, how Rocky Horror fans relate to each other.